ahoy everyone, welcome to another episode of the O Show. I'm O, I'm here for your amusement. Alright you guys, so real quick, I wanted to just talk about this new show I found. It's on Max. It premiered back in January, and it's still currently going on. We're going into March. We're in the last week of February. Actually today, me recording, this is March 1st. So the last episode that aired is episode 9, and that will be 9 out of 14, right? So it's called The Pitt. Okay, now I love me hospital shows. Now I never got to watch Scrubs, which, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Scrubs about new doctors that come into a hospital and then you're watching them learn as they grow and experience stuff? I think, right? Let me know. I never watched Scrubs. I hated that I never got to watch that show. And I never watched ER. And I never watched Grey's Anatomy. Now, out of those shows, everything else was a hospital show I probably watched. I really love my Chicago Night, where they show Chicago Med, PD, and Fire. So I'm all about Chicago Med. And there's another hospital show I watched. What the hell is it? I can't think of it right now. But here's my point. The point is, I'm really loving this show because every episode is an hour of the day. So the first episode starts at, I want to say it's like 6 in the morning, and then each episode after that is the next hour. And I'm actually really liking that concept. I don't know if any other show did that. And I like it because even though I love Chicago Med, but every episode is just one day. So things are happening, like patients come in, and then by the end of the show, it's like, we're wrapping up with that patient, and blah, blah, blah. More is happening, should be happening at the hospital. But, that patient comes in and the result, or maybe their story's going to lead to the next episode, don't know. But the point is, by the end of the hour, it's like, okay, woo, that was a crazy day. We're all going to go home, see you tomorrow, and the episode's over, right? So I love that this show is focusing just on one day, and it really does give you that realistic aspect of what happens in an ER. I recently had to go to the ER last November for a little situation. There was so much shit happening. I think I was there for 4.5, 5 hours. 4.5, 5 hours. I heard a very inappropriate conversation between the person sitting behind the desk, which was next to my room, and this person with the ambulance. An ambulance came in and they were wheeling someone into a room, and then that guy on his way out stopped, and I guess him and the person behind the desk knew each other, and they were telling the dirtiest jokes and stories. I'm just sitting there if there's a camera on me, they would be like, what is happening? What is he listening to? I was what I'm listening to is hilarious but disgusting at the same time, and I'm just seeing just craziness happening. Okay, so anyway, let me tell you about the show, because now I'm just talking about myself. What? Oh, this show's not about me? It's called The O Show. It's about me. Okay, you know what? Okay, fine. Alright, let's talk about The Pitt. So the show stars Noah Weil. Now, we all know Noah Weil. You're pretty sure you've seen him in TV and movies. And like I said, I didn't watch ER, but apparently he was on ER? Or was it Grey's Anatomy? Oh shit, he was on one of those big hospital shows. So from what I understand, I guess they always wanted to spin him off and give him his own show. I might be wrong in this, but it has something to do with whatever show he used to be on. And it might not be the same character, or I don't know, but I guess they just kept him in that field, and this was supposed to be his own situation. But yes, and so he is playing this high attendant, senior attendant, I don't know names, roles that they play. He's a high up person, okay? So he is introducing everyone to these 4 new intern / new resident doctors. Okay, we got people who just got out of school, people who have already done all this and that, and they're ready to be the new resident. Like, again, I don't know terms, but there's 4 of them. Okay, yeah. So we got this one guy. Like, every time he deals with a patient, like, his outfit gets ruined and stained and squirted on and dirty, so he has to keep changing his clothes. And we have this one girl who uses like sarcasm to get through everything. Her name, I think, is like Lisa. No, it's like Issa Briones. Like, she has that face where I'm like, okay, she looks familiar. I know I've seen her before, and I went to look her up, and I guess I only seen her from like a recent Goosebumps, I think. So, but she has that face where I feel like I've seen her like so many times, but I guess I haven't. But anyway, you have a girl who's super smart, and she has a system who is autistic, so she knows how to calm people down, calm herself down as well. And then we have this one girl who's she's been studying to be a doctor, and then to find out her mom is like a surgeon in the hospital. So her mom will come down sometimes and then will say something and like, oh, hey, don't you remember that's what we learned? And then people are like, wait, did she just call you honey? Like, what you learned? Like, so she tried to separate herself from her mom. Like, I'm not here because of her. Like, I'm trying to do it on my own. So it's pretty cool. I'm not familiar with the rest of the cast, but I do know that Sean Hannity is in it. And Fiona Dorff. Like, I've been watching this one doctor, and I was like, she looks familiar. Like, don't I know her? Another person, like, I think I know her. And I looked it up, and like, oh shit, it's Fiona Dorff. So she is, well, from me, I know her from like the last 2 Chucky movies, and also the Chucky TV show that just got canceled after I wasted all my time watching all those seasons, and now the damn show got canceled. Damn it. She's the daughter of Brad Dourif, who is the voice of Chucky from the Chucky movies. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't think I know the rest of the cast. Maybe just not by name. I don't know. So as stated before, the show is just one day. It's actually 7 o'clock. The show starts at a 7 a.m. start time. Okay. So what's really driving the show are the patients that are coming in, and also the patients that are in this waiting room. Because, you know, you've probably gone to the ER or what have you, and there's like a whole bunch of people in front of you, and you're dying, but you have to wait your turn. There is this man, and he came in, and they took his vitals. They're still waiting for his test results to come back. But no, his thing is like, he's in the waiting room, and he's just seeing shit happening, and people coming in, and then people are getting bumped ahead of him, and so he's like, "What the fuck? Like, I've been here for hours," and they're always like, "Sir, you know, we're trying hard to get to you. There's not all the beds. They're prioritizing everything," and he just keeps snapping and banging on the glass of the window of the people behind the desk. I am just waiting for him to do something. He is going to snap. He is going to snap on a person in the waiting room, or he is going to snap on a doctor. I don't know. There's a girl that came in to try to get an abortion, and she came in with her mom. But then later on we find out that that's not her mom. Oh, there was this like guy who came in. He had took something that was laced. I think it was like weed that was laced with something, and or was it pills? I am really bad at reviewing this show, but but he came in, and then so since it was laced and everything, he's brain dead. And he did come in with a girl who took it too, but she's fine. She's not as bad as him. But his parents are there, and they know the girl is kind of involved in everything, so they think it's her fault that their son is now brain dead, and like that's happening. There was a patient that came in, and when they started taking his clothes off, he was covered with like 5 rats, and so like these rats just ran all over. So like every other episode, someone is like encountering one of these rats who are just sitting in the middle of the floor. So that was like this whole like infestation is happening, but like no one's doing anything yet. They keep seeing the rats, but no one's like, let's try to catch it. So hopefully that gets resolved before this season is concluded. There's a mom who was like faking an illness, and she came in with her son, but then she told the doctors that she's not really sick, It's that she saw something that her son was doing where he might be killing people in his school. So she figured out how to get him somewhere where there's a whole bunch of help. But he ended up like leaving, so that kind of didn't work. But that happened. One of the doctors is pregnant, you guys. Oh my god, the first episode, you see this doctor, and she is preggers, and but I don't know. There's things happening to her body. She's getting sick. So what's gonna happen? Is she miscarrying? Like, ooh, we don't know. Oh, and then you have this lady that came in with her daughter. Her daughter's like her primary care. And I guess she's just been stressed out so much. And there's one doctor, the one who's, I don't remember her name, the one who has an autistic sister. She was like, girl, you need to just go rest. Okay, like take a break. I know this is like hard. Like, go relax, relate, and release. Okay? But then when the mom is ready to like leave, the daughter is nowhere to be found. So we're thinking like, oh no, did the daughter abandon her mom in this hospital? And so this girl's thinking like, oh my god, it might be my fault. I told her to go, like, spend time with yourself, and she must have took that like literally. Anyway, you guys, that's the Pitt. I just want to just like share my thoughts about it. I think it's a really, really good show. I like the concept. It's wild too, and I love the fact that it's on Max because there's so many things when I do watch, like my example, Chicago Med. You know, you watch it and you just don't really. They do a really good job, don't get me wrong, but with this show, you get the swearing, you know? Because there's so many times where things are happening in the ER, I'm like, I know that doctor just wants to swear, but they can't swear because it's NBC. So, but like this one, you get like, you know, yes, they have to take people's clothes off, so you do have a little bit of nudity, it's not a lot. But, you know, it makes the show, like, more realistic. Because Chicago, man, they be doing stuff with people's clothes on and their shirts are still on. And if they do have to take a shirt off, it's always a guy. Like, it's never a woman. So I'm always finding that kind of weird, too, with certain storylines. But this one, like, you got to get that little brief nudity. Like, it's more like, okay, yes, I'm sure that's what happens in the ER. You got your swearing, okay? Gotta have, like, swearing on a show. And I'm not an expert in the medical field, but I feel like I'm learning a little more watching this Pitt show than like my other shows I watch, because there's more info being said. They're doing more things. Sometimes I do kind of remember things where they say like, oh, this person is suffering from this. What do you think? Oh, we need this and this and this. And this show I feel is going a little deeper, and there's like more big words being used and more things that kind of make sense. I don't know. I can't describe it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you watch this show? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Alright, so I am caught up to episode 8. The last episode that just aired was episode 9. So I'm actually going to watch that now. I didn't watch it before I filmed this. I was like, let me film this now before I get sucked into the rabbit hole again for the next hour. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you watch The Pitt. It comes on every Thursday, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. On Max. It's a Max original. And, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about it. So, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next episode. Until then, TTFN.